This is the ViewSonic LS740HD, and my first reaction is simple. Raw brightness with simple setup. I switched it on, and the laser source fired up almost instantly. No waiting, no warm-up ritual. In my opinion, that instant power behavior is a big quality-of-life upgrade if you're hopping between meetings, classes, or events. It's a 1080p laser projector rated at 5,000 ANSI lumens, and it looks every bit as bright as the spec sheet suggests. Even with room lights on and blinds open, text stayed crisp, and photos held their pop. The body is compact for something this bright, about 11.3 by 8.5 by 5 inches, and around 6.6 pounds. It's easy to move, and it doesn't look bulky hanging from a ceiling. The white chassis blends into a room and feels sturdy. The manual zoom and focus rings have a smooth, reassuring resistance, which makes fine adjustments easy. Physical controls on top are straightforward, and the remote is responsive. From my experience, the cooling is well managed. In Eco, it's quiet enough that I stopped noticing it after a few minutes, and in Normal, I could hear it, but it didn't overpower a typical office or classroom. Ports are exactly what I expected for a pro install. 2 HDMI, a 3.5mm audio out, RS-232, LAN, plus a USB Type-A that can power a streaming stick. No smart OS or built-in Wi-Fi Bluetooth here, so I used a small HDMI dongle and let the projector's USB port power it. Clean and simple. Setup is fast. The key features that matter most are the 1.3x optical zoom, horizontal-vertical keystone, and 4-corner adjustment. Optical zoom changes image size without softening the picture, while keystone and 4-corner straighten the frame when the projector isn't perfectly centered. I also tried portrait mode and off-angle mounting. The geometry tools handled both without a fuss. The throw is flexible enough that I got a 100-inch image at roughly 8.2 feet, and I stretched to larger sizes without moving too far back. I like that ViewSonic lists 80 to 150 inches at about 6.6 to 12.3 feet. It matched what I saw. Image quality lands exactly where a bright 1080p laser projector should. With lights on, it's punchy, sharp, and extremely legible. With lights off, it's clean and detailed, but black levels and color nuance aren't at the level of a dedicated cinema unit. If you're new to projectors, that simply means the very darkest scenes won't look as inky, and colors aren't tuned for pure film accuracy out of the box. The trade-off is that you get real impact in bright rooms, which is where a lot of people actually watch and present. I ran slides, spreadsheets, videos, and tried a golf simulator. Golf mode pushes clarity and brightness in a way that makes virtual courses look surprisingly realistic on an impact screen. Motion held up fine. For casual gaming, input lag felt around the good enough zone. I'd estimate about 40 to 50 milliseconds based on similar projectors I've tested. It's not built for high refresh esports, but for single player and couch co-op, I had a great time. Colors are lively, text is crisp, and the whole thing feels responsive. The internal 15-watt speaker is there if you need it, but it's a basic mono driver. I plugged into powered speakers using the audio out and immediately got the fuller sound I wanted for video and games. There's one thing I have to call out because it affected me: the occasional orange-yellow flash. From my experience, it's a brief, random full-screen flicker that shows up once in a while. I saw it on my first unit more frequently. A replacement reduced it but didn't erase it completely. It never lasted more than a second, but a single glitch during a client-facing moment sticks in your mind. Everything else about the LS740HD screams reliable. Laser life rated up to tens of thousands of hours, a sealed optical engine to keep dust out, and stable performance day to day. So this one hiccup stands out. If you plan to run this in mission-critical environments where a visual blip is unacceptable, weigh that risk carefully. I hope a firmware update addresses it fully. Brightness is the star. At 5,000 ANSI lumens, this projector refuses to wash out, even with lights on. That cuts down the everyone turn off the lamps routine and keeps the room usable. The install flexibility is right there with it. The 1.3x optical zoom, keystone, and 4-corner tools make imperfect setups feel easy. Portrait mode and 360-degree projection open up creative installs for signage, events, or unconventional classrooms. The laser light source is another big win. No lamp replacements, instant on-off, and long life make it feel maintenance-light. The sealed optical engine matters more than people realize. Dust can ruin image quality over time, and an IP-rated sealed design helps keep the optics clean and consistent. The compact size and manageable weight mean I can move it around without a second person, and ceiling mounting isn't a headache. On connectivity, 2 HDMI ports keep it simple. I appreciate the USB power for a streaming stick. LAN and RS-232 are there for remote control and integration, which is ideal for offices and schools. On the flip side, you're limited to HDMI 1.4, so no HDR and no high frame rate 1080p. If you're aiming for cinema-level color accuracy and deep blacks, this isn't that type of projector. And while the built-in speaker gets you by, adding external speakers makes a night and day difference. It's perfect for bright rooms, multi-purpose spaces, and anyone who values quick setup, reliable focus, and large, sharp images without fuss. From my experience, it's also strong for golf simulation and casual console gaming. I'd recommend this for classrooms, meeting spaces, and shared living rooms where lights are off and on, and for users who want a single projector that can handle work presentations during the day and movie or sports nights after hours. In my opinion, the only real caveat is the orange flash issue I mentioned. If your use is casual or internal only, you might never see it or you might not care. If your use is a gallery, a retail display, or a high-stakes demo, even a rare flash could be a deal breaker. Also, lack of HDR and limited high refresh options mean it's not a spec chaser for home theater enthusiasts. In conclusion, the LS740HD nails its core promise: bright, sharp, and flexible projection with simple setup and low maintenance. The form factor is friendly, the image holds up in tough lighting, and the controls give you a lot of freedom in where and how you place it. If you prioritize brightness and convenience, it's a strong choice. If you want deep blacks, cinema-first color, or absolute visual stability for mission-critical installs, you should look at alternatives, or at least test thoroughly in your environment. I will leave detailed information about the ViewSonic LS740HD in the comments for your reference. Thank you for watching.